All right, hello everyone. Welcome to Miriam's. So this is one of my shop updates, and this update is called it's for scalp psoriasis, and it's called Scalp Psoriasis Update. I think is what I ended up calling it. So basically, I made a video a little while ago, published it on LinkedIn about Ryan's scalp psoriasis. I've talked a lot about his psoriasis in general. But his scalp psoriasis was something that I haven't discussed as much, and so I made a video talking about that. So let me start off by saying that last time when I made this video, I talked about this. I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is part witch hazel, part jojoba, part vitamin E, part essential oils like frankincense and all that good stuff. And basically, I made this about like a month ago, and I had Ryan start using it for his scalp to reduce the, I think it's called flownosinamide that he puts on his scalp to reduce all that inflammation. You guys, scalp psoriasis is brutal. I talked about that. I'm not going to do a whole long thing for this one because I really don't want to. And because I've already talked about this before, so if you need to take a look at my previous updates, go ahead and take a look at that. You'll be able to figure out what's going on with the scalp psoriasis from those. But basically, if you have kept up and if you have watched those videos, I made this little oil blend for him to reduce the flownosinamide, and just to kind of like only use the flownosinamide a few times a month. That was my goal at least, and you know, begin using this more frequently. And I kind of had forgotten about it, to be honest with you guys. I had no idea he was even using it. Like I gave it to him, and like I saw it on the counter a few times. I saw it kind of like going down in size, but I had no idea that like, you know, how he was using it that much. And so like a few days ago he was like, hey, can you make me another bottle? And I was like, yeah. I was like, it's been working. And I was kind of like really happy about that. The scalp psoriasis, so scalp psoriasis is brutal. It is so much more worse than like the skin psoriasis because or like facial whatever body psoriasis, because it's on your scalp and it gets itchy and it gets dandruffy, and it also just gets really uncomfortable. And Ryan kind of has gotten tired of using all those chemicals all the time, taking prescriptions all the time, putting it on his hair all the time, and so I would much rather he use his. He would much rather he use this. However, he does still use the flownosinamide about a few times a month just to kind of like really keep it controlled, but that's nothing compared to how much he was using it. And if this has been helping with the reduction of like the scalp psoriasis and just like making it better, I was so thrilled about that. And so I made him the second bottle, and we're gonna see how this one goes. I still have not figured out how to not keep the witch hazel from the oil separating, and really, I'm not sure if I ever will. I don't know. I know that like the more you use it, the more it blends, kind of, because that's what happened with the last one. So this is not for sale. I'm not posting this up on Etsy as for sale at all. I am going to keep testing and working on this. Maybe one day I'll post it up on sale, but no promises. So I also wanted to just really quickly discuss some of the new things I've been finding out about psoriasis. And one thing that I've been reading about, and I'm not going to sit here and say this goes all boards. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist, so please don't sit here and take my word as ultimate truth or whatever. It is not. This is just some new observations, some of the new things I've been reading. And I know Dr. Axe talks about how psoriasis inflammation starts in the gut. So if your gut has been kind of destroyed, how does your gut get destroyed? By eating bad food. That's really is how it is. Lots of sugars, lots of processed carbs, processed meat, processed vegetables. Not even really vegetables, actually, just a lot of like processed food. And so your gut gets destroyed over time. And I think all of us, including myself, when we were growing up, we didn't think about eating cereal or candy bars. We just didn't think that much about it. We just ate it. And then like later on in life, it ends up catching up with you, kind of. So this is something that I've been kind of really looking into, is like, how do you heal that gut if it actually does start in the gut? And one thing is obviously clean eating. Now, we've been eating clean ever since, well, I've been eating clean for about like 4 years now. I can only speak for Ryan, since we got married, because I'm not really sure exactly how his diet was beforehand, but we got married about 1.5 years ago, and, you know, I cook for us like every day, so like, or at least pretty much every day, and so we usually have really clean food. All of our meals are usually pretty clean, unless he chooses to eat out at work or whatever, so like it depends. But for the majority of the part, it's clean eating. But one thing that they talked about is increasing probiotic intake. So probiotic pills and probiotic drinks like kefir and kombucha. And especially if you don't like the taste of those, I know like the pills might be a little bit better for you. I don't know. I'm going to try for Ryan to get kombucha because first of all, I love kombucha. I drink it just because it's delicious. And some kombucha and probiotic pills. That's kind of like where I'm starting with the probiotics right now. Kefir is too much for him. He tried it, he didn't like it at all, and I want to get things that he'll actually be able to like take in, because you're not really doing anything if you're not taking it. So we're gonna like just kind of like work on that and see how that helps, if it does. And I think one big thing that I'm just realizing about autoimmune diseases in general, or I call them diseases because that's what the medical dictionary calls them, but I guess conditions is the better word. I'm not sure. But I guess autoimmune conditions is that sometimes you have to look at the genetic aspect of it. You have to look at so many different aspects of it. And health is a big aspect of it too, but also like just sometimes you just might not know. If doctors tell you they can't know, then you might not know. I don't know. And that means a lot, because it means you just have to, all of us have to just accept the fact that like it might never go away. It might just be something that the person we love and care about struggles with for the rest of their life. And it might never fully go away. But that doesn't matter. You know why? Because we can focus on the present. It's all we can control. Really, we can't control anything. But in the moment, we can kind of like control, like, okay, so what can I do now to help and make sure that at least the symptoms are reduced as much as I can? At least I can, figure out a way of like starting to heal. And that's something that's so tremendously mentally freeing, because you realize that, okay, it's all in God's hands. I realize it's all in God's hands. Ryan realizes that it's all in God's hands. And, that like my man's responsibility is try to do whatever I can to kind of like just help improve the symptoms, and really clean eating and using body butter. You can't really lose with it, you can only really gain with it, because, well, it's good for your body in general, so why not? And if there are things that you can do to reduce the amount of chemicals that you're putting on your skin, then hey, go for it, and so like that's something that's like so freeing and so educating in going forward with learning more about psoriasis and how it starts, and like, and really like even things that you don't think about, you can maybe be cutting out, like, eating whole grain, kind of like maybe something like Ezekiel bread versus like just regular wheat bread. I mean, those two don't even compare, So just thinking in like really small ratios of like, okay, how can I improve this? One last thing I wanted to talk about is my new product that I have released on Etsy. Oh my goodness, the letters are like flipped. But it's my aftershave butter. And basically, the aftershave butter is kind of formulated for after you shave, really, to kind of like help, especially if you get like, I don't know, sometimes like, at least I get like these like bumps, like weird red bumps and stuff, so it kind of just like helps with that. But it also just feels really nice, smooth and silky on your legs if you're a girl, or if you're shaving, on your armpits too if you're a girl, again if you're shaving. And for guys, this also works great, because I've actually had a guy use it for your like shaving your chin hair, mustache, wherever. My father-in-law used it, Ryan has used it, and it just helps in general with just feeling, nice and smooth. And the scent of it is, it's a blend of frankincense, peppermint, and tea tree. So it's a very mild, minty-ish kind of scent, but it's mild. You're not going to be able to really smell it from like a mile away. It's not horribly strong. It's not like an aftershave smell or whatever. So go check this out on Etsy, you guys. It's 2 ounces. If you're a girl, this should last you a long time. So if you're a girl, if I'm saying it should last you a long time, then if you're a guy, it should last you forever. This is on sale for $6 on Etsy. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Monday. And I will be trying to keep up with these shop updates. Thank you for watching. And If you have any questions, comments, if you want to discuss some other skin conditions, let me know. I'm more than willing to talk about it. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.